When I was growing up, I was in either in a very clean, tedious house, or B, a very lived in, happy family home. Either way, both were great places, gave me great tools, but I never then thought about how I needed to keep that up to help my mental health. Today, I will tell you that if my house is chaotic, then I am feeling chaotic mentally. My mental health is tanked. And some say that I'm to an extreme because my house is never dirty, but I do have certain limitations. Like if I go to bed with dirty dishes and I wake up the next morning, my mental health is already shot. Why? Because I feel tense, uptight. It's not good. It's not a pretty situation. So I take tools or steps to help it to when I wake up in the morning, that is not happening. I create the environment that I need for my mental health. Sorry. Now, what people don't think about is just seriously what the environment does for your mental health and why it is important to create a very healthy space that promotes your well being and your mental health. Will tell you that I was not always the best at this. I struggled, but that's probably why I am the way that I am today. I learned very early on that if my environment was chaotic, so was my mental health. And I didn't like that, right? So you got to start somewhere. You got to start somewhere by identifying I need my space to create and promote positive mental health for myself. Then what you do is you start decluttering that physical environment around you, right? I have this thing where when we were moving one time, it was me, my ex husband, and we were moving to a new house, and I went haywire. I had this theory if I hadn't seen it, if I hadn't used it, and hadn't touched it in 6 months, it needed to go. Needless to say, when I moved into my home, we didn't have a whole lot. We just didn't. Why? Because it was stuff that was laying around cluttering my everyday mental health, right? You can come in my house today and you can say, your house is spotless, right? But what if there's something off that makes my mental health struggle throughout the day? Whether it's my dishes not being done, maybe my vacuum didn't get ran. Um, Anything like that that causes my mind some chaos needs to be addressed and taken care of. So I have to declutter that portion of life. I have to make it be what it needs to be to help my mental health. What does a tidy space do? What does it mean when you have your house picked up or cleaned? Or what if your environment's good? What's the purpose? Well, what it does is it promotes a clear mind and it takes away those feelings of being overwhelmed. It takes away that extra anxiety you didn't need, right? So it just helps create a better space for your thoughts and your feelings and your days. Your mental health is in a better place. What do you need to do next? Bring in things that create peace and relaxation. Do things to your home that create happiness and joy within. Bring in artwork or sunlight or plants or I don't know, put a surround sound in and start listening to music for meditation on a daily. Do whatever you need to do that promotes that positivity and promotes relaxation and fosters a peace for your mental health, right? You need to, if you're one that meditates, you need to create a space within your home that allows that to happen and that you can foster and embrace that meditation moment so that it is healthy and it is relaxing and it is peaceful and it's not somewhere within your home with your screaming kids and your husband that's walking in and out, the dog barking. Create your own space for that. Even if it's just journaling, have a little piece of the office that's just for you to sit down and journal, right? The places where you are designating that self care routine, such as meditation, journaling, reading, whatever it could be, needs to be free of distractions. That's why I'm saying you can't set it up in the living room where everybody is focusing or playing or doing this or doing that. Now, I could, because I don't have all that distraction in my living room, right? But that's not ideal for everybody that has family and little ones all in the house all the time doing their thing, right? And then with that, once you've created that space, you need to establish boundaries for your space, right? Just like you need to create boundaries for the rest of your home to help that whole spatial environment be at peace. So, like for me, well, I don't know, let's say I don't want red dirt tracked through my house. Take your shoes off of the door, please. But I don't want, then go. I'll meet you outside and we can talk. As rude as that may sound, if it creates peace for myself, that's what I need to do. I need to establish that boundary. And it's hard. It's very hard. But we have to do it for our own mental health. We have to establish boundaries that protect your mental well-being. You have to establish boundaries that teaches you to learning to say no to things is not bad. You should be able to say no and not drain your energy, not drain your focus. Prioritize yourself. Prioritize doing things that you enjoy. Create your space to be exactly what you want it to bring. Create a space that brings you joy, that brings you peacefulness, that brings you relaxation. It doesn't matter if it fits everybody else's shoe. Make sure it's important to you and that it's what you want. Also, you have to remember that self-care is not selfish. So when you're creating a physical environment or a clear space for your mental health, remember taking time to care for yourself is not selfish. Prioritize your mental health. Prioritize your mental health in a space that you can control. So maybe you have a spouse or significant other that you have to talk about and discuss things so that you guys have an understanding. You still have the ability to do that and create a happy, neutral, relaxing space. Okay. You also have to remember to take breaks and reset, because when you do that, whether you're spending a day cleaning or whether you're out in the yard cleaning, whether you're doing homework all day, whether you're working all day, you have to take breaks. You have to take breaks so that the space that you're in does not become overwhelming. You need to recharge and reset, right? Step outside for a minute if you're inside. Just breathe in the fresh air. Disconnect from your computer or your phone if that's where you're working from or what you're doing. Make sure that you're creating a good headspace. And the only person that can create that is you. Okay? You design a space that creates and supports your mental health, and you get to cultivate and sense a calm and balance in your life. Nobody else can do that besides you. You have to be the one that's in control of that. And it's important because the more you will see that your headspace is clear, calm, relaxed, as well as your physical space being the same and matching it, your days will seem to function at a higher priority and a level. The work that you do will be more prosperous, and it's going to be showing your true intention in your work and hard work. It's not going to be overwhelming to be in your shoes or be in your day. Is there times that it's going to get a little chaotic maybe and you maybe need to readjust? Sure, but that's what the great thing of resetting is. If you see that something needs to change, you have the ability to be in control of your situation and to recreate your space, to reset your thought processes, to do what you need to do to protect your mental health. So you need to create a healthy space for your mental health, mentally and physically, environmentally. Do what you need to do for you. Because when you do that, you will thrive. When you do that, you will feel better. When you do that, you will feel peace and calmness. You will have wished you had lived every day just like that. I hope this has been helpful. I hope it's informative and it gives you an idea of what you want to think about, how to start creating your healthy space for your mental health. I hope that it entices you to think about doing better for yourself. So for now, I'm going to say thank you so much for watching. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll be back. Bye, guys.